Hi everybody, this is Caressa again. How's it going? I thought today we could do a color by number in the, what do you call this, Spooky Houses book. This is one of the blank pages that I just went ahead and put in my own number keys. See, I wrote down the markers here, and then over here I've just put in the numbers. So we're going to see how this comes out together from the numbers I put together. Sound cool? Okay, cool. So, I think, I think for starters, we're just going to keep the, what am I trying to say? Oh, we're going to keep the shading simple, as in we're not going to do shading. 3, so that's orange. So let's get started here. In this part of the book, I don't really do shading. I just kind of mess around with the color palettes and things and just kind of see what I can come up with. And like I said, it's interesting to see what things look like as you, because at first it's just like a bunch of numbers. What's it going to look like? But then when it comes together at the end, you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. I apologize if my coloring is sloppy, by the way. Again, I have a camera basically in my face while I film. My phone is, the way it's rigged up, my phone is like right here. So I have to, I have to kind of go around. I have to kind of look around to see what the camera to see what I'm doing. But how y'all doing? I hope you're all doing okay. By the way, when I color in one direction instead of going blah, 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 blah. That helps keep it neater. Even though you're going to have streaks because this is a water-based marker, it's going to look neater than if you just went in weird random directions. Not that I haven't done that before, because I have. See, I'm going over the lines because, again, gosh. I don't know if you could hear that. My cat Gravy just scratched the wall. Well, that's a bunch of fun. So, what kind of shows do you guys like to watch? Because, see, my mother makes fun of me a lot because I watch cozy mysteries and things like that. So, I'm always watching Matlock and Murder, She Wrote. I'm also a fan of Columbo. I don't think there's an episode of those shows that I have not seen. 3. So again, 3 is orange for us. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about those that just speaks to me. I don't know. Maybe it's the way that everybody is just such an archetype of a person. They're not a real person. They're just kind of a fake. I don't know. Life is just so much simpler. I don't know how to put it. Life is so much simpler in those shows, unlike real life. Let's see. Any more orange? Oh. See, I kind of didn't want to make this part orange, but when I was debating, I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to make this orange to match the house, but I kind of wanted brown, but I don't have a brown, so we're just going with orange. My hand's getting tired. I got this dang alligator grip. I just grip pens and pencils just like, death grip. I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know if it's just because I'm a person who's naturally stressed out, so everything has to be stressful. I don't know. If I was going to shade this, this orange, I might do some reds would be lovely. And in the darker parts of that, I might even do some blue, since they're complementary colors. It would make it a lot darker in the shaded parts. But we aren't doing that today. Wahaha, I don't have to worry about that. Alright. Yeah. Some of that in there. Ah, poop. I forgot this. The chimney is also orange because it's part of the house situation. Alright. Let's see. So we got orange. Let's do yellow. So yellow is number 4 for us. So right here. Gravy, I really wish you would quit scratching the wall. That's not only destructive, it's highly obnoxious. It's no bueno, as the kids say. Another interesting thing is you don't know how the colors are going to look when you put them in, because you're like, oh, I know what yellow looks like and everything. I had forgotten that I chose a highlighter color instead of like a goldy yellow. So now I'm putting it in, I'm like, oh, it's a highlighter yellow. The ghost is yellow, I guess. I mean, I could make the ghost white, but other places in the book, they make the ghost yellow, so I'm just kind of like, oh, fine. Let's make him yellow then. Let's see. P.S. I forgot the order that candy corn goes in. I'm assuming that it's orange and yellow. I gotta pick the orange back up and put that in. Let's see, 4. But I'm like assuming that that's the order color of candy corn. I don't know. Candy corn, speaking of, maybe I'm the only person who's like this. There are certain candies that are kind of like, everybody always says they're good or whatever, or eats them, and I'm always like, oh, I hate that candy. And then I'll try it again and think, well, maybe this time will be different. And then I try it and I automatically hate it. Like every year with candy corn, it's like, oh, I hate candy corn. But then candy corn will be there and I'll be like, come on, it's just sugar. How bad could it be? And then I try it again and remember instantly why I hate it. Same thing with jelly beans. I know jelly beans are popular, but I just can't get down with the sickness on those. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess leave in the comments below what candies you can't stand. Because I got a few. Let's see. If I ever go out of frame, I apologize. Again, not to make excuses, but I'm gonna. It's kind of difficult with the rig situation I got going on here. Clear that in. Ah, I went outside the lines. There. It's better-ish. That's the order of candy corn, isn't it? Isn't it? Right? Yeah, I think so. Again, I don't know. Maybe if I was a fan of candy corn, I'd know. Maybe if I was a fan, I'd know. But alas, I'm not. That should be all the yellow. Should be. Um, Again, more orange. I keep finding more orange that I did not color in. Okay. Let's go with red. So for us, red is number 2. Number 2. How do we feel about that? I don't know. I guess I'm okay with it. This is another, again, this is another interesting thing about plugging in your own colors like this, because you're just gonna like be like, well, that's not how that looked in my head. You know, that's not, that wasn't quite what I intended. But it's interesting nonetheless. Oh, this one's really awkward to get in the angle I'm at. Okay. And then this part is 2 also. I mean, I guess I could have done all of the parts of the pumpkins orange, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to be special fancy pants, I guess. It also helps sometimes if you outline, even though that can kind of create like a hat banding effect where you've got a band around the objects. But at the same time, I feel like it helps stay in the lines. Okay. Whoa. I mean, I don't hate it. I think once it comes together, once it's done, it'll all come together, I think. At least that's the cope I'm going with, the copium I'm on. It'll come together in the end. You gotta tell yourself something so you can sleep at night, you know? Gosh, my hand is hurting like gangbusters. Me and my alligator grip. I kind of like that. I kind of do like the red. And that's not just me saying that to cope with bad decisions. I promise. I actually do think that that's... Wait, is this a brick or is it the stem of the pump? It's a brick now. It doesn't matter. It's a brick now. Wah! This is my cat Weenie. Wah! She's letting me know that that is indeed a brick now. Man, usually I take a close-up of the picture we're coloring, so, you know, you got an idea of what we're coloring for the, what do you call it, the thumbnail. But I don't know, man, this one's pretty darn sloppy. Not sure how the thumbnail's gonna look for this. Okay. Now we're going to do green. 5 is number green. 5 is number green. Green is number 5. Thank you. But I really just wanted to share this new way of coloring with you by putting in your own numbers. It sounds it sounds basic and weird and kind of boring at the same time, surprisingly, but it is a really fun way to color pictures. It really is. I find myself kind of addicted to it. Okay, that's green. And these are green as well. So how have you guys been? Since I last was on this show, I actually got a third cat. Not intentionally. It was a stray cat that came to our house. Her name is Gravy. And, you know, she didn't have a home, so she lives with us now. Life's funny that way. It's like, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get any more cats. You know, the cat ship has sailed. We're done with cats for now. And you know, maybe these two are the last ones I want to have, but nope. I decided to make the smoke out of the chimney green, just to kind of make it, I don't know, spooky. Is that what we're going with? I don't know. I just thought it'd be interesting. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. I don't know how YouTubers do all these camera rigging and stuff. Like, sometimes I'll just be like, how did you do that? Who filmed this? How did this go? You know, and there's just no answers. Okay, and I made the grass green as well. You know, one of the interesting things, this just reminded me, is that in different cultures, we have different archetypes. For instance, like in the West, we say the sun is yellow, but in Japan, they say that the sun is red. I think that's very interesting. For instance, also, in the West, we tend to say that the grass is green, but I think in Japan, they think of lawns as blue. So that's interesting. I don't know. So it's fun to think. I don't know why it's fun for. Maybe it's the art dork in me, but it's fun to think about. Like how we have preconceived notions of color and what things look like based on the culture we're born in. Like, for instance, if I was born in Japan, would I draw the sun or paint the sun completely differently than I do? Not that I paint it often or anything. Ugh, awkward over here. Can do it. I'm kind of coloring in random directions. Don't do what I do. Don't die on that hill. Okay. It's grass. It'll just look like grass anyway if I did it in random directions. That's what I'm telling myself, alright? Okay. Let's go with purple. For purple, purple is number 7 for us. Okay. Purple is number 7. So where did I put number 7? Put it here. Cat, must you go in the litter box right this second? She's like, yeah, I must. I also forgot to put number 7 right here, but 7, the windows are all 7s. Cat's like, must poop right now. Wish I could tell you guys something really cool and interesting that's going on, something with like, dinosaurs and explosives or something, something really exciting and interesting, but there's really nothing interesting going on. Ugh. Yeah, that's better. Let's do this purple. Oh, this is so blobby and hard to do because this rigging. Oh. I know I keep complaining, but if I don't complain, who will? And I put this, I don't know if this is like a space in the house or what, but I'm coloring it purple. Okay. And as I recall, I made the bats purple as well. I really love the bats. The bats are cute. I think there's like, now that I think about it, I think there's like bat houses you can put out, like little special like homes for bats, like, like bird houses, but for bats that you can put out. I wanted to put some out, but then I realized our neighbors would probably lose their minds. They're the kind of people who don't like, we have deer that live in the area. They don't like the deer, let alone if we had, bats just hanging out and swooping around. So, plus if one got caught in my hair, it would never get out with the kind of hair I have. And this is going to sound weird, okay, but I am making the trees back here purple. And I think it'll kind of make them look like they're in the distance, because, hear me out, when it's nighttime, okay, you're not going to be like, oh, well, I'm thinking of it. Anyway, you're not going to see, when it's nighttime out and you're looking at trees and stuff, you're not going to say, oh, that tree is bright green. You're going to say, it's kind of bluish, blackish, darkish color. So, purple it is. Don't ask questions. Just trust me. Even though I don't trust myself. Yeah, when I flip through the coloring book, it's going to be like, oh yeah, this is the sloppy page. It's going to be like, oh, look at it, I say. Okay. Alright. Our last color, blue. Blue is number 6. It's interesting I picked the blue marker last. I did that unintentionally, but actually blue is my least favorite color, so maybe that's why I unintentionally picked it last. I know that's kind of an odd duck kind of thing to say, because, like, everybody loves blue, but I just don't. Maybe I'm just weird, I guess. I just don't like blue. My mother's favorite color is blue, and I grew up around a lot of blue stuff because, she collected, like, Delft blue, I don't know what you'd call it, china and stuff like that. But I don't know, I don't like blue. Particularly, like, Walmart blue. Like that kind of royal blue kind of color. Blah. Ultramarine blue. Ugh. Don't even get me started on how much I hate it. Okay. And then I decided to make the sky blue. I know, I'm really breaking new ground with that. don't know if you heard my cat. She just sassed my other cat. Meh. I don't know what you guys could possibly have to argue about. Probably just the usual dumb crap they argue about. Like, you know, I don't like the way your tail looks and stuff like that. I don't know. Just always arguing. Right here. Oh, Gravy Honey. Uh-oh, Gravy Cat. Gravy Cat, you are a very sweet cat, but now is just not the time. I also made these craters in the moon blue. I don't know about that decision. Maybe I should have made them purple too. I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. Because I didn't, when I was putting the numbers in, I didn't really think about how that blue would go next to more blue. Again, the interesting thing about putting numbers in, because you'll get to it, you'll get to coloring and be like, oh, I didn't think about those two colors next to each other. How's that going to look? Oh, cat in the box again. Ugh, I'm muddying this up. I'm sorry, guys. My hand's getting tired, and the, again, the rigging is just... I know. I keep going on about it. It's just kind of not a detail-oriented process like this. Just go around the moon a little bit. Now I believe my cat is batting cat food around the kitchen floor. What? Why is my life like this? It's a circus. Sorry if this is getting scribbly and gross. If you're doing this at home, I'm sure you'll do a better job than I am. Especially on keeping it in one direction. I'm just kind of like, because I'm trying to fit the marker in any which way it'll go that I can see it. Alright. Boink. Alright, so there we go. There's our little colored house. I think the colors came out really cute, if I do say so myself. I'm pleased. Are you pleased? I'm pleased. If I had it to do over again, I would make these craters on the moon purple, like the bats, because I think that would look a little better, because it blends in too much, I think. But overall, I'm happy with that. So I wanted to share this exercise with you guys, and I hope you like it. I hope you stick around, say hi, whatever. All right, thanks for joining me today, okay? I'll see you guys soon. Bye!